guys. I am so crunched for time today. I literally just walked in the door. I have been out filming for my other channel today. It was a gorgeous day. I wanted to do my outside filming while it was nice. And I came home and said, what's for dinner? So I checked out my fridge, checked out my freezer. What have I got? What can I throw together? I came up with a dish, and I got my fingers crossed, it turns out. I'm kind of like throwing everything together, and I said, let me film this because it's going to be really, really fast. So I want to make sure that you can see kind of, you know, staples in the pantry, some reserve in the freezer, what can we throw together, and what are we going to get out of it. So we're going to get right to it. We are going to end up, I hope, got my fingers crossed, with chicken chili. And in my rice cooker, my new rice cooker I got the other day, I'm cooking up some white rice. I will tell you, I'm not too happy with my rice cooker. The first day I tried it, it kind of overflowed a little bit on me. I had it at the 6-cup mark. It overflowed a little bit on me, and I said, it's probably because you really don't know what you're doing with it yet, Lori. It's new. And but then I said, well, how complicated can it be? You fill the water to the line, you put the rice in, you walk away. But it kind of overflowed and kind of had quite a mess I had to clean up. So today, I cut it down a little bit. I made 4 servings of rice because we're going to do this chicken chili over rice. And it did the same thing. So I'm not feeling it right now. It's kind of messy, so that's why you'll see that I kind of have a towel wrapped around it to take care of all that moisture. But alas, doesn't matter. I'll figure it out, and when I do, I'll let you know. Got my coffee. It was a beautiful day out, but it was cold. Our ingredients for this meal. 2 cups of water with 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. 4 cups of, let me cut this down a little bit. 4 cups of chicken broth. I'm going to turn this off a sec. 4 cups of chicken broth. Some salsa. Green chilies. 2 cans of pinto beans. I think I would have liked to have white cannelloni beans or white northern beans in this, but I didn't have them in the pantry, so I'm using pinto beans. A can of chickpeas, some chili spices, some toppings we'll discuss later over here, and chicken, cooked diced chicken that I had in my freezer. I'm not going to use all of this. This is probably about 2.5 pounds. And we've discussed before, right, that I like to buy chicken quarters, chicken legs, chicken thighs when they're on sale. I boil the heck out of them. I season the water up. I boil them. I cool them. I take all the skin off, chuck that away. Actually, I put it in the oven and crisp it up for my dog, so I don't waste anything. I take all the chicken off. It's already pre-seasoned, and then I put it in Ziploc bags, freezer bags like this. And it's about maybe a third of the way full, and it holds about that gives you about 2.5 pounds or so. And then I will thaw one out. I'll utilize what I need, and then with the rest I'll either make a chicken salad or whatever, a casserole, soup, whatever. So that's what we're using today. You can use rotisserie chicken. You can cook your chicken as needed. You can use leftover chicken. I don't think I'd use canned chicken in this because I just don't think it would taste good. But you do you, whatever you want to use. So we're going to start by putting in the water and the, hope this isn't too hot, the water and the 2 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon. And I get this at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. It is powder. As you can see, it's not the little cubes. I don't like it. This tastes better. I'm also putting in an entire package of chicken broth. You can get low sodium, no sodium, high sodium. I don't care. You can use your own. You can use all bouillon and water. That's up to you. That's up to, you know, whatever y'all think that you need to use it, right? Because you're trying to use whatever's in your pantry. To that, I'm going to add, I'm going to say, I don't know. Let's put in like a couple cups of chicken. Maybe a couple cups of chicken. And whatever's left, like I said, we can use for chicken salad, you know, chicken soup, whatever you got going on. We're going to bring this up to a boil. This is a dump, heat, and go. The rest of this will go into my fridge for another day. I've got this on high, so it won't take long for this to cook down. I'm going to put in a 7-ounce can of green chilies that are fire roasted and peeled, whole thing, sauce and all. Done. We're going to put in what I have left in this jar of salsa. This is regular mild salsa. I'm saying there's probably about a cup. If you have a full jar and want to measure it out, I'm going to say it's about a cup. Stir it up. Want to make sure this is heating up. I'm going to max it out for a minute. To this, we're going to add our spices. I'm going to measure by throwing it in my hand. Cumin, teaspoon and a half. About like that, if you can see it, about a teaspoon and a half. Sprinkle it in. When you're dumping and you're going, ain't nobody got time for measuring spoons. Cayenne pepper, to taste. I'm going to start with about a half a teaspoon. Might want to add some more later. Chili powder, regular chili powder. I'm going to add about, also about a half a teaspoon. Crushed red pepper, the flakes, quarter teaspoon. I'm just going as I go. Once this starts to heat up, we are going to add in our beans and our, we're going to add in our beans and our chickpeas. I want to get a little salt and pepper in here as well. Salt, pepper. Let's throw in some garlic and onion powder too. So for my salt, just regular table salt, about half teaspoon maybe a quarter teaspoon. Black pepper, about a half a teaspoon. Garlic powder, let's do garlic powder. Let's do about a half teaspoon of that too. You do this to taste. Onion powder, about a teaspoon. I'm measuring nothing. I mean, when I actually plan out a video for y'all, I'm measuring that because I want to give you exact. But this is a dump and go. This is going to be however you feel it needs to taste. This is starting to come up to a little bit of a simmer. Smells lovely. I'm going to adjust the spices. I'm going to taste it a little bit and adjust the spices because, I mean, you can always put more in, but you can't take them out. Remember that. We can always adjust it, put more in, but you cannot take them out. I think it's right. I think it's about right. I'm not going to add any more to that. I'm going to leave it alone because our toppings are going to give you a lot of flavor too. So while I'm waiting for this to come up to where I need it to be, you heard me talk about my other channel. I have another channel that I started prior to this one. I was actually putting this kind of stuff on that channel. I wanted to separate them out. So that's what I did. That's how this channel came to be. The other channel is called The Wandering Widow. I can put a link down in the description box for you. What you'll find there is me going to a lot of cemeteries. I do cemetery investigation there. I do some paranormal investigation, spirit box sessions, some history of different cemeteries, things like that. So an interesting channel for sure. That's new and running too. I've had that up for about maybe 5-6 months. It hasn't been up for long. So it's kind of a baby too, and I'm nursing them both along. So if you want to go over there and subscribe there and keep an eye on me there, you can certainly do that. Just had a beautiful video that came up of a necrophonic session or a spirit box session that I did right here in my house. And when you see that video, you'll see why I did it. It kind of goes hand in hand with a different video that I did for Fort William Henry up in Lake George, New York, which is pretty active with paranormal activity. So you'll see why I did that when you get there. But again, The Wandering Widow, and that is a paranormal YouTube channel that I do as well. So what I have added here is my garbanzo beans. These have been drained, not rinsed, but drained. I'm adding in my pintos as well. One more can of pintos, so it's two 15-ounce cans of pintos, any brand, drained, not rinsed. It also is a 15-ounce can of garbanzos, drained and rinsed, or drained, not rinsed, I'm sorry. This is also a recap of the entire thing. 2 cups of water with 2 teaspoons of the powdered bouillon I use. I guess you can use 2 cubes. A 4-cup container of chicken broth. You can use homemade or whatever you want. I have about a cup of salsa, a 7-ounce can of fire roasted green chilies. For spices, we started out with about a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of cayenne, about a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Then I said, that's not enough. So we put in a half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder. We tasted it. It tastes delicious. Then we added in our beans, our garbanzos, pinto beans, all 2 cans of pinto beans, drained, not rinsed. And we're done. We are done. We're going to let this simmer up a little bit. We're going to serve this over rice. We're going to top it with some goodies. Then we're going to move on to a quick, fast, and easy dessert. What did this take us, guys? 10 minutes? Maybe less if I wasn't talking. So pretty fast, pretty simple, pretty easy. We're just going to heat this whole thing through. I mean, you can actually literally put this, put it in your crock pot, put it in your Instapot. Crock pot, I don't think it needs to go longer than 2-3 hours just to heat through and get everything where it needs to be. I mean, consider also doing your chicken like I did so that you can, when you come home and go, what's for dinner? Grab and go. I do it with ground beef too. I'll do plain ground beef so that I can just kind of thaw it fast, do a quick defrost in the microwave. throw it in my pan with a little oil or broth and season it up and go on with my recipe, be it tacos, enchiladas, burritos, spaghetti sauce, whatever. You know, hamburger stroganoff, which we're going to kind of take a look at that in another couple of weeks, because that is extremely inexpensive and delicious. And like I discussed with you guys the other day, the you know, it's I don't know. I mean, to me, it's a time to be looking at recipes that are extremely budget friendly. It's crazy the way things are right now, and trying to put together some things that are pretty cost effective for you. If we kind of look at this particular recipe, while we're waiting for this to come up to heat, aside from the spices that hopefully, if you see my video of what's in my pantry, you know that these are my staples, but I mean, it's everything that it's pretty inexpensive. The chicken, I believe, when I boiled and got this ready for the freezer, it was about $1.49 a pound for a family pack. So we used about maybe a couple cups. What's that? Maybe a half a pound. The salsa I get at Aldi. It's $1.49. The beans I got at ShopRite. I think they were, I don't know, 49 cents. The chickpeas I got at Great American, or not Great American, oh my God, Walmart. Great American, that's like a throwback to the 80s, what? Whoa, I just had a moment. They were about maybe 59 cents for the chickpeas, and the chiles were probably, I think, about $1.29. So not an expensive meal at all. You don't need to serve this on the rice, but rice is pretty inexpensive, and I think this is hot enough, guys. Your toppings, whatever you put on there, you don't need to put anything. I do, you don't. I mean, I feel I need to, but you guys don't need to. I am going to get this avocado ready because I had it in my fridge that's been there for a little bit. I've already cut it to make sure that it wasn't brown, and it wasn't. So I'm going to get rid of my pit. Go ahead and cut this up a little bit. I'll show you a little bit of a trick I do with avocado so it doesn't turn brown on me while I'm using it. So I'm going to take this and cut it up. I'm going to do it in chunks today because I'm going to kind of sprinkle it on top of this chili when I get it going, here. And my trick is to sprinkle this with just a little bit of lemon juice, kind of toss it around a little bit in the lemon juice, because you don't want it to turn brown. This is going to stop it from oxidizing. So a little bit of lemon juice, toss it around a little bit, and also I like to add a pinch of salt to my avocado. Just kind of brings out the flavor, I think. So that's going to be part of our topping as well. This is boiling. I'm going to turn it off all the way. Give it one more quick stir. You can put more beans. You can make this thicker. This is more or less a soup that I'm going to put on top of my rice. I'm going to come over here and get some of this delicious rice. Rice is a great way for you guys to stretch things too. I mean, don't forget that. So I got about a cup of rice in here. Got a ladle on my my chili. Here's what it looks like. I'll show you once I get it on here. Make sure I get some chicken and some broth. Garbanzos. Okay, so this is what it looks like before our toppings. Pretty good for a 10-minute meal. For toppings, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow cheddar cheese because I have just a small package, a small amount left in my package in the fridge. I'm adding my avocado. You don't need to add avocado if you don't want. I'm going to put on a little bit of sour cream. Just a dab. Just because it's me, I'm going to add some hot sauce. Just a hair. A hair for me. Might be too much for you. You know, I like hot sauce, so I'm going to always add a little more than norm. And then, to take care of some other things in my pantry, I have some leftover off-brand nacho cheese chips that I found in the cabinet, and I'm sprinkling those on top too. So, when all is said and done, there's our chili bowl. I hope you can see it good. Let me get this out of the way so I can, is this off? Yes. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. So maybe I can lean over here a little bit better and show you that bowl. What a day I've had. What a day! Here it is. Hopefully you can see it. So we got the rice, we got this beautiful chili we made, we've got some cheddar cheese, we got some sour cream, we got some avocado, we got a little bit of hot sauce, and this is actually a garlic ancient flame. And we've got those crushed up little tortilla chips, the nacho cheese chips. So, it is time. Let's give it a taste. Smells good. Smells really yummy. This gives you a chance to see what I look like when I'm out and about filming all day in the cemeteries too. I ain't a pretty sight, but I also didn't want to miss the opportunity to film this for you guys so that you could see, you know, what's going on here in my household, to know that I live like you guys. Here's my bite. I'm gonna smell it again. Smells good. Here it goes. This is great. The rice and the beans mixed with that, all those chili spices, and then you get the coolness of the sour cream and the avocado. This is a keeper. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick and easy, hearty dinner white chicken chili. Came up pretty good. Was a clean my pantry, clean my fridge type meal. Throw it together in a pot and you got dinner. One pot. Ingredients added up, less than $10 for the entire meal, including the rice, and not bad, not bad. So I appreciate you guys joining me. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. It does boost my algorithm so that I come up to the top of YouTube during any searches, and we are looking to build the channel, so if you could subscribe, that'd be great. Make sure that even if you don't subscribe, you are sharing content with everybody you know. Make sure that you're hitting the like button, the notification bell, so that you're able to get notified. Even if you're not subscribed, you'll get a notification in your email. And make sure that you leave me a comment. What'd you think of this meal? Is it something you've made? Would you have done something different? You know, how would you have served it? What would you put on top of it? You know, do you like the idea of these dump and go meals that are quick? I mean, this whole thing took us what, 10 minutes maybe, from start to finish. If you took out all my talking and just got right to it and just dump, 10 minutes, 15 tops. So quick and easy. Do you like those kind of meals? Let me know. All of your comments get read. All of them get, commented back to. And everybody's opinion counts. So make sure that you're liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting on every single video. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing that. If you are subscribed, I thank you for coming in and viewing me every single day. And till the next time, have a great day, guys. Bye.